Hello everyone. In this video, I want to use Excel's rand feature to create a sample of size 10 from a population of size 2500. And then we want to give summary statistics for the sample. So let's go ahead. The first thing we're going to do is go to our original data, and we want to create a column of random numbers. So just type random numbers. And then we want to say equal, start typing rand, and we see some options in Excel. So let's go ahead and select the one that says just rand, and then enter. And then this is a little tricky, but you're going to click on that number, and then you want to look in the bottom right corner. You're going to see a little square that's darker than the rest of the box. You want to double click that. When you double click, it's going to fill all your cells all the way down. And if you do control then down arrow, you get to the bottom of your data set, and you see that it has random numbers for all 2500 observations. Next, we want to select the 4 columns here, so from column D all the way back to A, and we want to go to sort by these random numbers. So go to data, then go to sort. So we go to data, then we go to sort, and now we want to sort by random numbers, and it's already saying smallest to largest. That's what we want, so we say okay. And so we have our random numbers doing their job. And so what we need now is to just select the 10 observations that we want. Okay, so we just are going to copy paste, ignore the random numbers now. So go ahead and select the 10 observations. So these are 10 observations, and we're going to copy them to somewhere else on our spreadsheet. So I did this earlier, and the sample I got was right here. So what you would do is just paste this over there. So just go ahead and paste just like that. However, I'm going to stick with the sample that I had from earlier. Let's go ahead now and do the summary statistics. And in this case, we're going to rely on Excel to give us the formulas. Okay, so we're going to use the Excel formulas. In a second video, I'm going to focus on doing things by hand. So if you're interested in learning how to do it by hand, then you want to go to that video. So let's go ahead and again, I did this earlier, so I'm going to do it again to show you the steps involved. So I'm going to create a new column right here, and I'm going to put the new values there. All right, let's go ahead and say equal. In Excel, you have to say equal before you type the formula. We need the mean. The mean is the same thing as the average. And so let's start typing average. So there's no formula in Excel called the mean. So you have to use the average. So let's do average. Again, rely on Excel to give us the suggestions. The one we need is just average. So double click and then select your data. And by the way, we are doing, we are summarizing the annual salary. So let's go ahead and enter that. So that's the average salary. Let's do the sample standard deviation. And notice here, there's another version of the standard deviation called this population standard deviation. So you want to be careful here. Let's say equal. Let's start typing S standard, ST, and then the one that says dev.p is actually the population standard deviation. We don't want that one. We want the one that says stdev.s for the sample. Double click and then select the annual salary values again. And then enter. Next, we want the minimum. So just like the others, we are going to say equal, then start typing min. We see an option here that says min. We double click, then we select the numbers. Enter. That's our minimum number. It might seem trivial now because we only have 10 values. However, what if we had 10,000 in our sample? It's possible. Then we would need some formula like this. Let's say equal max, and we see the maximum right here. Just select your numbers again and say enter. That's our maximum value. Let's now do the proportion, and this one is a little bit tricky, okay? Because the proportion is a proportion that attended the training program. And so it's not annual salary we want this time, it's the proportion here. And so we need the number that said yes as a proportion of our total number in the sample. So when we're done with summing the number that said yes, we have to divide by 10, okay? That's what we're doing. So in Excel, one way to do it is to use the COUNTIF tool. So let's say equal COUNTIF. Start typing. Again, we see a bunch of different options. We click COUNTIF. And once you have that clicked, one thing I like to do is to go to this function up here. Let me see if I can scroll down to show you where I'm at, or go up. This function right here, click that function. And okay, let's make sure it's working. Okay, when you click that function, this box shows up and it gives you a good description of what's going on. Okay, so I like to use that a lot. So it wants the range first of all. So the range is just your range of data right there. And then it wants the criteria. And this is not case sensitive. So even if I use all uppercase for yes, it's fine. And then I say okay. We have 7. So we see that that's correct because this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people who said yes. So that's okay, but we're not done yet. Remember, it's a proportion. So we need to now divide by the sample size, which is 10. So we go back here, we double click, and then we're going to put a divided by. So we're going to say divided by 10. Then we enter that, and there we have it.